Hello. It's couch
You
conversation.
carry this habit from 2024 into 2025. I'm getting ready to talk. Somebody, hey. Welcome to 2025. Yeah, continue.
Happy New Year.
You're not my husband, you're my wife.
I'm your wife.
Hello. Happy New Year in February. You know, this is the funny thing about life. We took a short break for just December 2024, and the break became a vacation. Until our team had to ask, like, couch conversation, kilo day. Here we are, we're back.
We're glad to be
excited. And guess what? We are starting the year on a very strong note. The conversation today is not a joke. Wisdom for alpha females, either dating or already married or planning to date or to cut.
Before you go further, please, what is alpha female?
When you deal with an alpha, you're talking about an assertive, confident, strong, successful, female with leadership traits that they're not afraid to show. So you see, the tendency very often is that people look at the lady and it looks like you're not a lady. Or you are dating a man or married to a man and the man is wondering who is the husband and who is the wife. All right, so that's the context in which we are going to have this conversation. First thing we need to say is that there's nothing wrong in being alpha female. That's why we want to spend our time to give you biblical perspective as to how to channel your, traits and strengths, all right, to maximize your dating, your courting, or marriage relationship. Because the honest truth is you are very likely going to end up first with a person not as driven as you. In fact, that's where the principle of it first attracts, then later irritates comes in. Because most alpha females who end up in counseling chose the people, that they're married or are dating consciously. They chose them from a place of believing that they're much better, which is not a lie. Because you see, opposite attracts because you see in the other person what you are not. You see in the other person what you cannot be. You see in the other person something that can merge easily with you. But guess what? The result is always when people do not understand how to maximize these complications, quarrels, depressions, and all of that.
Because you see, this case you just mentioned is not a hopeless case, but it's something you have to navigate with wisdom.
Exactly.
You have all these qualities, all these character traits. You need to know how to navigate, how to manage it as against your relationship and who you are relating with.
Exactly. And you see, let's even dive into it because people need to get perspective. First things first, God made us quite different. All right. That's why when he was done with Adam in the manifested sense, he said that it was not good for man to be alone. I'll bring to him a complementary helper. In essence, I'm going to bring somebody that has what he doesn't have and somebody that will complement him. All right. So there's nothing wrong with the process, or rather of two persons who are quite different coming together. You see, what is wrong is when I begin to judge you on the scale of me. That's the problem. Because very often, the moment our eyes get off the point of complement, we get into competition. People don't even know what competition in a relationship is. People think that competition in a relationship is vying for the same position. No. Competition begins when I begin to judge you on the scale of me. All right? See, you don't need to be told if you watch our channels, our videos, and all of that I'm the more outspoken one. All right? Julia was not even comfortable with, speaking out or being in front of camera and all of that. You see, that's a difference. But what happens is I can pull her along and not judge her. Because anytime I focus on judging her strengths, all right, I misplace mine. So what I'm supposed to do is be her cover where I am strong. Because every relationship has the more or less factor. I am more in an area where she's less. She's less in an area where I'm more. And that's why I told some people sometime that I am louder, she's deeper. That's the honest truth. But you see, you can use loudness to make the other person feel like they don't exist, they are not good. And that's why a lot of relationships even lead people to low self-esteem. All right, because competition gets in and not complementing. All right, so first thing I'm going to say, let's now get into some points. If you are alpha female, know that whatever you choose, you will live with. Because a lot of people in marital situation, when they come for counseling, they start behaving like they did not choose who they chose. You chose the person. You wanted the person. So if you are single listening to this, whoever you choose is the experience you select. So don't come later, oh my God, you're not ambitious, you're not very doing, you're not...
You're laid back.
The languages we hear is like they used to do copy and paste. Every alpha female that counsels on this matter is like the same language, same word, laid back, not ambitious, not this, not that. First things first, you will experience who you choose. And guess what? Your job in a man's life is not to change him. Your job in a man's life is to help him. Please, can you echo what I just said? Your job in a man's life.
Your job in a man's life
is
not to change him.
Your job is to what?
Your job is to help him.
Now let's explore the meaning of the word help. And I'm going to call to aid a biblical character that you are better than, especially if you are born again and filled with the Holy Spirit. Let's get into the Bible. Proverbs 31 woman. That woman was suggested to a king. So alpha does not mean your man is failing. It means your man has taken his own place.
His own
place. See, that woman, when the description was done, she could be married to a lazy man and the marriage will work. Because she did everything without reference to needing him to do anything. Go back to verse 1. The words of King Lemuel, the words or the wisdom that his mother taught him. In essence, that woman was so strong but suggested to a king. So here's the deal. Leave you without reference to what he has done or has not done. In essence, you can bring in all the qualities that can hold a home without his contribution. But guess what? In the 21st century, we do not know how to interpret the help of a woman. So we think that the man must do something spectacular, must lead in a spectacular way, must be in the forefront. Hey, I'm going to explain that. Don't even get me wrong. The man must take his place. And we will soon have conversation for the man. In fact, the next episode, we are going to talk about the man dating or married to an alpha female, what he should do and how he should acquit himself. But here's the deal. When you read from verse 10 of Proverbs 31, that woman held the home so well that the husband removed his crown, kept it aside, and went to the city gate and said, do you know who my wife is? His new crown became the quality of his wife. You are an advantage, not a competitor. You are an advantage.
Are an advantage, not a competitor.
Exactly. Bring that your trait without asking him to have it. Hey, this is the one some people may stone me. Bring your trait without forcing him to be your trait. Yeah, bring your trait. All right, bring it. And guess what? How do you bring it? Oh, let me remember this Nathaniel Bassey's song that we lay our crown, before his throne. No, I'm getting it. Yes, we lay our crown, See, you see all that your trait when you're done manifesting it. Submission is not agreement. Submission is the capacity to say you are my leader. Let me give you a story. When we got married, Julia was earning 10 times my salary. It's not because she's alpha female. She actually is not. But guess what? That trait she brought in. Let me even share the story as it is. I got married on family support. Because the salary of my father, I started working for my father. My father was paying me. I would have had to get that salary for 15 years before I can do introduction. Not even traditional or marriage. I married on family support. And guess what? She had been working. Her salary was 10 times my salary. But she had not been paid for 5 months after she started working. Started working in July. This was December. She had not been paid. We were coming back from honeymoon that somebody else sponsored because I couldn't have afforded it. When 5 months salary entered, she laid it before my throne. I am the one who actually sat with her and did the distribution of what we needed. Guess what? She kept saying the day will come. One brief to you, one earning will pay my salary for 35 years. She kept prophesying into me. In essence, her eyes were not on what came through her. Her eyes were on my position and place in her life. So you are going to be a lot of things as an alpha female. You see, she's a lot quiet now because this matter, she doesn't want to wound anybody. So let me contribute the contribution. You see, all that you are is an advantage to the union. Why? In the context of marriage, if you are single, this is wisdom for you in choosing. If you are married, you're already inside. In the context of marriage, none of you is as important as both of you. Both of you have become an identity stronger than any of you. So you see, everything you are contributes to a home. And guess what? Many of your mothers did it. Go and ask them. They did things you never knew. Paid school fees that you never heard that your father was not the one who paid it. If somebody sat with me and was talking, when she was done talking, I had to ask her, this child whose fees you paid, who you are taking care of because your husband is not able, your husband is not able, your husband is not able. I say, whose child is the child? Say, our child. I say, oh, you are the mother. Oh, wow. I had to take the questions deeper. If life had happened and he was dead, will you wake him up from the grave to come and take care of the child of the home? I know you paid rent. You are not the first. Some did it without talking. You are shouting on social media. Madam, keep quiet. That is what marriage is about. You chose that man. That's why I said earlier. Choose what you will experience. Initially, it excited you that you were marrying a man that everything you said, you say, oh yeah, I think I agree. Now you don't want agreement. The man who know how to agree and agree. All of a sudden, he's not leading me. He's not talking. He's not dictating. He's not. Madam, you chose it. You wanted a man you could control, actually. Do you remember? But now you want him to control you. Calm down. So what's submission in this context? That I bring my full strength. You know why I'm saying this? A lot of alpha female end up depressing their men. Why? They spend more time hacking into what the man is not rather than becoming what they are. So every time, it is always about what he's not doing, what he's not doing, what he's not doing, what he's not doing, what he's not doing. So the little motivation he has, he may not be as motivated as you. He may not be as strong as you. He may not be as innovative as you. But what have you done? You have spent your time and life finishing him, showing him he's actually nothing.
You know, some ladies feel that when they do this, that is their own way of pushing the man. But I can tell you, it will be counterproductive.
Exactly.
Most times when you do that, you even make the man, you know, fight you, in the sense that he tries to do the opposite just to, frustrate you more, because it comes to him as a mockery, not like an advice or an encouragement. It comes like a mockery, so he feels, you know, put down. A better way to do this is to encourage.
Exactly.
Like he was saying, I kept prophesying into his life. I kept speaking grace to him and telling him that he shouldn't bother about the now, but he should look at tomorrow. I know it could be better. That was an inspiring voice he was hearing. That was an encouraging voice, not a voice to put him down. So what you want to do is to encourage, is to strengthen, is to make sure that you are speaking grace. And because you are the more in the area, maybe in your character traits, you should learn to do it with grace. You should learn to have the right attitude, have a gracious attitude, so that you are not rubbing it in your husband's face of where he is at the moment, or that he's not meeting up to your expectations.
And you see, let me even quickly add this. Thank you so much for that. You see, because an average man is already pressured. Let me tell you. His classmate has already injured him. Because his classmate is driving a car that can build a house, and he cannot even pay rent. Do you get what I just said? He just saw his classmate on the road. Social media has already killed him. A dead man is coming home looking for life, you are burying him. I'm telling you. So you see, when you do this, now somebody may ask, because I've counseled a lot in this area that I can tell you some of the questions you will ask. For example, somebody will now ask, I have done all of these things. He's not even being motivated. Let me tell you one, congratulations. Thank God you have a man who is even letting you fly. Do you know the reverse of this conversation is that there are men who are actually silencing their women, not because they are making it. They just don't want the woman to rise. Do you know? So thank God that he's even letting you fly. See, you see this together forever, till death do us part, for better, for worse. I know people are now changing your vows. But when you are done changing your vows, it's actually still for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer. Because your experience becomes merged. It's in all seasons. Yeah. All right? Let me tell you the truth. Marriage involves cover-up. Marriage involves cover-up. There are things I deal with my wife is not your business. And that does not mean what we are doing on social media is pretending. But there are holy of holy things that is not anybody's business.
It's not for public consumption.
It's not for public consumption. Do you know, for instance, there are ladies who rightly so, not those ones that are being used by useless boys and do not see you, who who rightly send money to their guy towards their wedding so that their family will not insult him. Yes, your mother say bring so and so, and she has the cash. My sister, if you cannot do it, you will marry yourself. You will come for prayer later. You have good man in your life because he's temporarily out of cash. You have the cash. You are saving it for whatever you want to save. If you die today, now banker go chop him. If your family do not realize that money, do you know how many people left money in bank that wicked bankers ate? Do you know? They'll just Do you understand what I'm saying? So thank God for a man that's even letting you fly. Because it actually takes, particularly when there is a male in your life who is the leader of the pack, it takes a man who is comfortable in his skin to let you fly. So he's letting you fly, he's letting your ideas fly, and you are see, all I am saying, or we are saying, is that a man must not have your strength before he can lead you. And we have an example on earth that we always can refer to. You see, Joyce Meyer is a known one. She's the one on stage. But guess what? The story is that God actually spoke to Dave Meyer about Joyce Meyer being on TV. God did not even speak to her. So there's still a role he's playing in your life. It may not be the yow, 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 the yo, 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 the loud role. But as long as he's playing his role, he may not be as loud as you. He may not be as capable or charismatic as you. But is he taking his place? That's what you should pray for. Because we are also not painting a picture that the guy involved is perfect. We are saying that you can call out the strength in him by being his support. Don't forget, exa kenegdo. You are the second one referred to as helper, just like the Holy Spirit in the Bible. You are here to help him. All right? So what are you doing here? You can pray for him. All right? You can speak grace to him, like Julia was saying. Thank him lavishly for the strength. So Dave speaks to Joyce. Joyce even looks at Dave like, what are you talking about TV? Hello? We are doing small meetings. We are doing so and so. You are talking TV. The story is further told. When you go to a Joyce Meyer conference, you will not see Dave Meyer sitting, big boys. You will see Dave Meyer within the administration making sure things happen. This is the final point I'm making in this video. This video is not exhaustive. I've just shared some ideas with you. There's more to read on the subject. You see, but here's the deal. You may be downgrading the very help that he is to your life. Yeah. Because if a Joyce Meyer says, no, I want my husband in front, I want my husband co-sharing with me, I want my husband getting on stage, I want my husband, what's she doing? She is asking for what he is not and downgrading what he is. You need to learn to appreciate what he is. Because I remember a case, for example. The guy was so homely and the woman got offended. But in her high flying, he's sitting at home to babysit when he could sit at home. He's making sure the house was in order and making a meal. She saw it as being feminine. She wanted a man. She didn't realize that if the guy say enter kitchen, do A, B, C of what he was covering, her flying, her wings would have been clipped. You need to learn to appreciate where your man is and give him the honor due him.
Yeah, because if you even focus on trying to get him to meet up with you or to excel, like you in the areas that you are excelling, you wouldn't even see the quality that he brings to the marriage. You even see who he is or to even encourage him in that light.
You see, in the next video, we're going to deal with handling or dating, marrying to an alpha female. So we'll focus on what the man should do when he's not the alpha. But before we close this video, in the name of Jesus, Father, hey, blow my wife so that I can rest. Yes, you have alpha female, baby. See, as you enter your billions, you have just be submitting budget. Who has time? Control me, baby, control me. Control me. What are you saying? I will submit my budget and say, baby, just approve. My wife is a very strong follower, okay? So she does a bit, but my wife do alpha. My wife wants to now trade the whole world, importer, exporter, whatever area she wants to enter. I'll just say, Father, I thank you. Hey, Baba, I thank you. I'll just become your prayer warrior.
Come on now.
When I feel it, I just submit budget. Nonsense. I'm joking. But you get what I'm saying? Just
so no matter the setup,
enjoy the union. See, you are not going
even if you are the alpha, make sure that you guys are thriving. Make sure that you are working together. Have synergy. Have a
we
flow.
will soon all die. All this small.
It's one life.
One.
Live it
Enjoy
well.
it. Do you understand? In the next episode, we are going to be dealing with the man. Okay? Don't think it's one-sided. But my sister, all we are saying is it can work.
Yeah.
But if you are single and you don't agree with these things we are saying, go and look for a man that is as Jim as you want. But I know your tendency. You still want a man that says more yes than argue. Because you are so strong, you need that kind of man actually. So guess what? Go and get this wisdom on how to handle that kind of man. Do you understand what I'm saying? God bless you. It's been a good time. What a good first episode. Oh God, how long did we even go for? We went for so long.
Yeah.
But it was good though. So until we see you next week in the next episode, which will be focusing on the man, the flip side of this conversation. This is Julia. This is Ocholi. She's my wife. I'm my husband. We have 3 children. And we are excited to be here. And quick shout out before we go. You see, our guys behind the camera and making sure this happens are just the best. Yeah. So you see, our beloved Edo is right here. Philip is here. Nathan is on his way. And God bless you guys. See you.
Yeah.